This is the adding 10 strategy, which is for the student to understand what happens when we're adding 10 plus any single digit number, so adding 9 or adding 6. So we want them to be able to pretty quickly know that 10 plus 4 makes a 14, and they're not counting on their fingers to do 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the first step, is to understand we can count on. But we want to get our students as quickly as we can to the idea of following that pattern of what happens in our number system when we add a 10 to that single digit number. So we'll work on it. So I'll show you a few things we can do to work on that. With our Rec and Rec, we can show how 10 plus a single digit number turns out to be ending up in the teens. So we have, let's say we have 4. We want to add to that 10 more. When we slide over our 10, we know we've got 10 plus 4 more. Now, the children can start by counting on. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But the more they work on this, the more they're going to see the pattern of what happens when we're adding those single digit into our ones position. Because in a 10, there's no ones at all. There's one 10, but no ones. We're adding the ones into it, thus making that, that number in the teens. So if we have a 10 frame to help us work on that, we have our full 10 frame, which is why these 10 frames are so important. 10, of course, is the base of our number system, so by working with these 10s, we're encouraging their base 10 knowledge as well. So if we have 10 plus 5, it makes the 15. 10 plus 4 is the 14. If they don't trust it yet, they can count on these, starting with a fast 10, but as soon as we can, we want them to recognize that pattern of what's happening when you're adding a 10. Similarly, when we have our Cuisenaire rods, if I have 5 and I'm adding 10 to it, that's a 10 and 5 ones. It makes the 15. These Cuisenaire rods are really wonderful so that they're not counting all the time. We've used a lot of strategies in the past of teaching students with counting by ones. We want to be a little more efficient than that, make it easier on our brain. So again, if you're thinking of a 10 plus a 6, well, it becomes a 16. We have 1 in the 10s position and we have a 6 in the ones position, and that exists. That 6 exists as a group of 6 things. We want the students to be able to think of it in that way.